Hello friends, my name is Professor Ramdas Lad, Assistant Professor of Commerce in PDA's Professor Ramkrishna More, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Akodi, Pune. Today, in this video, you are going to study analysis of financial statements. In the previous video, you have seen what do you mean by financial statement analysis and what are the objectives of financial statement analysis. Now in this video we are going to solve some practical problems on analysis of financial statement. To see more videos on accounting, please subscribe this channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you. Hello friends, today we are going to see financial statement analysis. So in this chapter there is a very important point, ratio analysis. With the help of ratio analysis we can access financial statement of any company. So in this video we are going to solve some practical problems on ratio analysis. According to the nature, there are three types of ratios. The first one is balance sheet ratio, second one is revenue statement ratio, and third one is composite ratio. Composite ratio is the combination of both balance sheet ratio as well as revenue ratios. So first of all, balance sheet ratios. There are three ratios in the balance sheet ratios. The first one is the current ratio, which is also called as working capital ratio or 2:1 ratio. Then second one is the liquid ratio or quick ratio, which is also called as acid test ratio. And third one is the debt equity ratio. Now the second type is the revenue statement ratio. So in revenue statement ratio there are again three types of ratios. The first one is gross profit ratio, which is also called as GP ratio. Second one is net profit ratio, and third one is operating ratio. So these revenue ratios are expressed is in percentage, and the third one is composite ratio. So there are mainly two ratios. The first one is stock turnover ratio and second one is debtors turnover ratio. These two ratios are expressed in times. So let us start with actual problems solving on these ratios.
Hello friend, let us try to solve some practical problems on ratio analysis. So let us see today in this video we are going to solve very simple practical problems on ratio analysis. So the first problem we are taking only on balance sheet ratios, which is very easy to understand. So the first problem is, from the following balance sheet of Arvind Mills Limited, Aurangabad, as on 31st March 2020, calculate the following ratios: A. Current ratio, B. Liquid ratio, C. Debt to equity ratio. So these are the balance sheet ratios which we have to calculate for this example. What is the data given? So here balance sheet as on 31st March 2020, which is given in this example. Here liability side and here asset side is given. So from this data we have to calculate current ratio, liquid ratio and debt to equity ratio. So first of all we will understand how to calculate these ratios from this given data. So first, A is the current ratio. How to calculate current ratio? What is the formula? Current asset divided by current liabilities. So please understand, identify the current assets from given asset side. So here current assets, it means assets which are for a short term period. So here inventories, bills receivable, sundry debtors, banks, which are the current assets. Here investment is also current asset here, because of which is given for the short term period. So the total of these we will get the current assets. In actual calculation we will see in the next slide the total of this. Just in this slide we are going to identify the current assets. Then current liabilities. What are the current liabilities? So here provision for taxation, bills payable, bank overdraft, sundry creditors. These are the current liabilities. So current assets divided by current liabilities. So the total of this. So we will get here current ratio. Now what is a liquid ratio? How to calculate liquid ratio? So liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by liquid liabilities. So what are liquid assets? So current assets minus stock is equal to liquid asset. And what are the liquid liabilities? So current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So we can get these liquid assets and liquid liabilities. So here current assets we already identified here. Now we just have to current assets minus stock. It means inventory. So inventory is here rupees 6 lakh. So we have to less from the current assets. And current liabilities, so from current liabilities we have to less bank overdraft, which is given here, bank overdraft, which is 20,000. Have you understood this? By using this formula we can calculate liquid ratio. Now the third one is debt to equity ratio. It means long term loans divided by owner's equity or shareholders fund. So here what are the long term loans? Please see on the liability side. So here 12% debentures are the long term loan, which is 5 lakh, divided by owner's fund or owner's equity. So here equity capital, preference share capital, general reserve, and profit and loss account balance. So these are the shareholders fund or equity. So we can calculate debt to equity ratio from this information. Now we will see the calculations on the next slide. The first one is here current ratio. What is the formula? Current assets divided by current liabilities. So what are the current assets? So here please see current assets, which includes inventories, it means stock 6 lakh rupees, bills receivable 30,000, sundry debtors 1,50,000, bank balance 2 lakh, investment which is short term 20,000, and the total of this rupees 10 lakh. So these are the current assets. Now current liabilities, which includes provision for taxation 1,76,000, bills payable 1,24,000, bank overdraft 20,000, sundry creditors 80,000, and the total of this rupees 4 lakh. So 4 lakh is the current liability. So put this value in the formula, current assets divided by current liabilities. It means rupees 10 lakh divided by rupees 4 lakh. So the answer is 2.5. It means these ratios are given in proportion. So 2.5 is to 1 is our answer. And this current ratio is favorable for the company, because the ideal current ratio is 2 is to 1, and this ratio is higher than the ideal 2.5 is to 1. So this is favorable for the company. Now the second one, liquid ratio, which is also called as quick ratio. So quick ratio is equal to formula current assets minus stock divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So current assets rupees 10 lakh minus stock or inventories rupees 6 lakh divided by current liabilities rupees 4 lakh minus bank overdraft rupees 20,000. So we can get the value here, rupees 4 lakh divided by rupees 3 lakh 80,000. So the answer is 1.05 is to 1. So this is the liquid ratio. So ideal liquid ratio is 1 is to 1. So in this example, for this company, this ratio is favorable. Now the third one, debt equity ratio. So long term debt divided by shareholders fund. So this is the formula. So long term debts are, shareholder funds are equity capital rupees 10 lakh, 6% preference share capital 5 lakh, general reserve 1 lakh, profit and loss account balance 4 lakh, and the total of this is 20 lakh. So long term debt is rupees 5 lakh divided by shareholders fund 20 lakh is equal to 0.25 is to 1. So debt to equity ratio. So lower is the ratio which is favorable for the company. So here the answer is 0.1025 is to 1. In this way, we can calculate a balance sheet ratio. Now, second example. So in this example, we are going to calculate revenue statement ratios. Again, we can take a very simple example. Bharat Petro Limited, Badlapur submits the following profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2020. And the question is here, calculate gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and C, operating ratio. So these are the revenue statement ratios. Here we have to calculate. And what is the information given? So here, profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2020 is given. So here, expenditure side and income side is given. So the first half of this statement is the trading account and second half is the profit and loss account. So for gross profit ratio, what is the formula? Gross profit divided by sales into 100. So where is the gross profit? So here gross profit is given 1 crore 4 lakh and sales. So here sales is given 3 crore 20 lakh. By using this, we can calculate gross profit ratio. Now the net profit ratio. So how to calculate net profit ratio? So here, how to calculate net profit ratio? So net profit ratio is equal to net profit divided by sales into 100. So where is the net profit? So in the profit and loss account, net profit is given 56 lakh and sales is here again the same 3 lakh, 3 crore 20 lakh. By using this, we can calculate net profit ratio. Now the operating ratio. How to calculate operating ratio? So operating ratio is equal to, what is the formula? Cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by sales. So here, cost of goods sold. What is the cost of goods sold? So sales minus gross profit is equal to cost of goods sold. Then operating expenses. So operating expenses includes factory expenses, administrative or office expenses, selling expenses, distribution expenses. So in this example, here operating expenses includes selling expenses rupees 8 lakh, administrative expenses rupees 45 lakh 60,000. So these are the operating expenses divided by sales, which is here given. So by using this value, we can calculate operating ratio. Now see the actual calculation on the next slide. So first of all, here gross profit ratio. What is the formula? So gross profit divided by sales into 100. So this is the formula for gross profit ratio. So gross profit is given, which is 1 crore 4 lakh divided by sales is 3 crore 20 lakh into 100. So we will get here gross profit of 32.50%. 32.50%. So revenue statement ratios are given in percentage, are expressed in percentage. Now net profit ratio is equal to net profit divided by sales into 100. So what is the net profit? Rupees 56 lakh divided by sales 3 crore 20 lakh into 100. So the percentage is 17.50%. Now the operating ratio, cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by sales into 100. So by using this formula, we can calculate operating ratio. So how to calculate? Please understand here, cost of goods sold is equal to sales minus gross profit. So we can get cost of goods sold 2 crore 16 lakh and operating expenses, which includes selling expenses and administrative expenses, and the total of this 53 lakh 60,000. So put this value in the formula, 2 crore 16 lakh plus 53 lakh 60,000 divided by 3 crore 20 lakh into 100. So we will get here the percentage 84.25. Are you getting? Now let us try to solve example number 3. So in this example, all the ratios, balance sheet ratios, revenue statement ratios and composite ratios are asked for calculation. The following are summarized: profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2020 and the balance sheet as on that date of Shipla Limited, Cochin. So here profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2020 is given. So in this example, we have to solve all the ratios. It means we have to calculate balance sheet ratios. It means current ratio, liquid ratio, debt to equity ratio, and revenue ratios like gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio, and composite ratio, stock turnover ratio, and debtors turnover ratio. So from profit and loss account, we can calculate revenue ratios. So for gross profit ratio, so in this example, gross profit is given, which is 50,000. Sales is given here, which is 1 lakh. So we can calculate GP ratio from this. Now the second one is the net profit ratio. So net profit is given here 20,000 and sales already mentioned here. So we can calculate net profit ratio from this value. Then next one is the operating ratio. So operating ratio is equal to cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by sales. So here cost of goods sold, it means sales minus gross profit. So sales is here 1 lakh, gross profit is 50,000. Now operating expenses, which includes administration expenses and selling expenses. We have to take the total of these two expenses. So it will be operating expenses, and the sales is given here rupees 1 lakh. So we can calculate here operating ratio. Then next one, here balance sheet as on 31st March 2020 is given. So the balance sheet ratio, it means current ratio, quick ratio and debt to equity ratio. So here liability side and asset side is given. So first of all, we will see current ratio. So current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. So first of all, identify the current assets. So here current assets are given: stock, debtors, bills receivable, cash at bank. So these are the current assets. We have to make the total of these. Now current liabilities: creditors, bills payable. So make the total of these two. So creditors, which are 25,000, and bills payable, which are 15,000. Please understand this. So in this way we can calculate current ratio. Now liquid ratio, which is also called as quick ratio. So for calculation of quick ratio, quick assets divided by quick liabilities. How to calculate quick assets? Just subtract this stock from current assets. So current assets minus stock. So we will get quick assets. And quick liabilities, so liabilities, current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So there is no any bank overdraft. So directly we can take the total of this. It means current liabilities as a quick liabilities. Okay. Now then the next ratio, debt to equity ratio. It means debt, it means long term loan divided by shareholders fund or equity. So here I think in this example there is no any long term loan. So we cannot calculate debt equity ratio. Let us try to calculate ratios in the next slide. Okay, additional information is given here. Average debtors are given, credit purchase is given, credit sales is given, and here we have to calculate these are the balance sheet ratios, these are the revenue statement ratios, and lastly here debt turnover ratio and stock turnover ratio. So debtors turnover ratio, so we have to calculate here debtors turnover ratio and stock turnover ratio also. So in the next slide, here firstly calculate current ratio, current assets divided by current liabilities. Earlier we have seen current assets, which includes stock 15,000, debtors 15,000, bills receivable 12,500, cash at bank 17,500, and the total of current assets 60,000. Now current liabilities, which includes bills payable, creditors, and the total of these 40,000. So current assets divided by current liabilities, it means 60,000 divided by 40,000. So it will be 1.5:1. So the current ratio is 1.5:1. Now the second one, liquid ratio, current assets minus stock divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So here current assets of rupees 60,000 minus stock 15,000 divided by current liabilities 40,000, and there is no bank overdraft. So it will be rupees 45,000 divided by 40,000. It means 1.12:1. Next one, debt to equity ratio. So what is the formula for debt to equity ratio? Long term loan divided by shareholders fund. So there is no any long term loan, so we cannot calculate here debt to equity ratio. Then the second type, revenue ratios. Here gross profit ratio. What is the formula? Gross profit divided by sales into 100. So this is the formula for GP ratio. So gross profit is 50,000 divided by sales is rupees 1 lakh into 100. So it will be 50%. Net profit ratio. So formula is net profit divided by sales into 100. So the net profit is 20,000 divided by sales rupees 1 lakh into 100. So this will be 20%. Net profit ratio is 20%. Now operating ratio. Cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by sales. Cost of goods sold plus operating expenses divided by sales into 100. Now cost of goods sold is equal to sales rupees 1 lakh minus gross profit 50,000. So cost of goods sold 50,000. Then operating expenses, which includes selling expenses, administrative expenses, 12,000 plus 15,000 is 27,000. So it will be 50,000 plus 27,000 divided by 1 lakh. So it will be 77%. In this way, we calculate here revenue ratios. Now, next one is composite ratio, stock turnover ratio. So cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Cost of goods sold divided by average stock. So these ratios, composite ratios, are given in times. So cost of goods sold, already we have calculated sales minus gross profit. Sales is rupees 1 lakh minus gross profit 50,000 is equal to 50,000. So cost of goods sold is 50,000. Then how to calculate average stock? So in profit and loss account, in the first part, in the trading account, opening stock and closing stocks are given. So average stock is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So average stock, opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So this is the formula to calculate average stock. So opening stock is rupees 10,000 plus closing stock is rupees 15,000 divided by 2. So in this way we can get average stock or is rupees 12,500. Okay, so cost of goods sold 15,000 divided by average stock is equal to 4 times. So here average stock is a 4 times of cost of goods sold. Now debtors turnover ratio, credit sales divided by average debtors. So this information given in additional information in the example, please check. So credit sales is rupees 80,000, average debtors 12,500. So it will be 6.4 times. So average debtors are, credit sales is 6.4 times of the average debtors. So in this way we can calculate all these 8 ratios for financial statement analysis. So investor or lenders can take the various decision based on these ratios. So let us start practicing, solve more example on it. So it will be better to understand this topic. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for more videos on accounting. Also press on the bell icon for notifications on new videos which are uploaded on this channel. Thank you.